It was a spirited performance yesterday by the Black Stars of Ghana, but it's too late. After winning the last qualifier against Congo by an impressive 5-1 away from home, the Pharaohs of Egypt ended our dreams of Russia 2018 when they won their game against Uganda. So it's all over really, but there are still 2 games to go. So what are the lessons to be learned from this unsuccessful campaign? Or, George, is it too soon to call it an unsuccessful campaign?
It's an unsuccessful campaign. And it's been long. It's been long. Come on, guys. Can we wake up? Put the calculators down and let's face it. We are not going to Russia 2018. And I love your question about, yes, is there anything to learn from this? Now, maybe I need to just deal with this. Those who feel that Asamoah Gyan, Dede Ayew, Jordan.
Let's talk a bit about the game. Let's talk a bit about the game before we go into all of that, because that's a long conversation. Admit it, the boys did well.
They did well. Great game. Yeah, it was a great game. What changed in the last game? We had Christian Achu, we had Thomas Japan, who were extremely fast on the wings. And they were.
Achu in particular impressed me.
Yes,
because he hasn't been really on form for Ghana for so long.
He's been on form for Ghana, but maybe at club level he had issues. Yes, but he did well yesterday, and he did well as he did in the first game. The whole idea was, whilst we had the wingers doing so well on the left and right, we had bodies in the middle who were also running and we had the fitness and they had the understanding. So we saw players come to life, and that was a way to use Thomas Partey. He moved in from central defensive midfield position into central attacking midfield position. And that was really great for him as he burst in there. But who was making it easy for him? The likes of Alfred Duncan, the likes of Ebenezer Fori just coming to the party. So this was a team that was so effective on the day that made the coach's job very easy for him. So that's just as it went yesterday's game. The personnel were right. The boys were fired up to play this game. And everything went well. It's as simple as that.
Is it a flash in the pan?
It's not. This is not a flash in the pan. It's not a flash in the pan. The difference between the team that played against Congo and the team that was played against Congo in Kumasi, and the team that played against Congo in Brazzaville, is that we had bodies at the right places. So let's look at the Congo game. We had Dede Ayew manning the left or manning the right, depending on when they did the switches. The crucial thing was Dede Ayew cannot play as a winger because his form has dwindled a bit, but he will be very good in and around the striker.
But in the World Cup days, he did well as a winger.
Those were World Cup days. That was 2010. He's not got that energy. And we had players on the bench who could do much more. So on the left, on the right, you had Christian Achu, you had Thomas Japan who were there. So it just meant that you needed to move Dede Ayew probably into that central situation where he could play right behind the striker. That gives him opportunity. So that's the way to use Dede Ayew. And Asamoah Gyan will not have to do all the running. I've told you he's clinical. He can still score goals.
Of course.
He might be old, but he has a little bit left to offer to the Black Stars. And we can allow him to do that. So it's about putting these guys together. Kwesi Appiah will have to take the decision on what he wants to do. Do I go with these young guys, totally move on, rebuild, and get a new team for the African Cup of Nations 2019?
Which a lot of Ghanaians are asking him to do.
A lot of Ghanaians are asking him to do. But I think we have to look at the ages of the players we're talking about. Jordan Ayew has experience with the Black Stars. Why has Jordan Ayew not seriously come to the party? It's because there's no competition created for Jordan Ayew. It's not because Jordan Ayew is not a good player. Jordan Ayew is a good player. When you knock it out of him, it will come out.
But
and
George,
we've seen it at Aston Villa.
Should you have competition before you play
Some players need competition to play well. When he was under pressure at Aston Villa, he played. In Swansea, he's playing. So when there is pressure, Jordan has proven elsewhere he will play. If there's no pressure for him in the Black Stars, he can relax. It's simple. So Jordan is too young for me to get him out of the Black Stars. He's got experience. He can build from there. So let us sharpen the likes of Rafael Dramina, sharpen the likes of Yadom. And there are even more great strikers in there who can come in. So if we know we're looking about 5 strikers, they know that it's not just a straight call-up coming to the Black Stars. Point 1. Point number 2, Dede Ayew. You want him out of the team, really? He is 27 years. He has a lot of experience with the Black Stars. You don't throw such a young player out.
Not just the Black Stars, right from the youth team.
And he's virtually like the guy playing the most elite club in West Ham. So how do you take such a player out of the team? What you need to do is use him rightly. Don't play him out wide like we did, because he's not got the energy to do that. He's more like specializing right in that central attacking midfield.
Educate me. What position does he play in West Ham?
Yes, in West Ham, at times he's on the wings. but not for too long. When he's on the wings, he's not normally played the entire game, but sometimes he's put into the hole. The situation in West Ham at the moment, with the likes of Anatovic and the likes of Chicharito, joining in, makes it slightly complicated. He really has to fight for his place. And he would have been looking at see if he can get a place at the wing or try to get a place in and around that midfield. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. And we must know how to use him based on what we've got. Unlike club football, when you can choose, national team football, you use what you've got. Asamoah Gyan is the other one. He's aging. Asamoah Gyan really looks like one that's coming to the twilight of his career. So what? You fade him out gradually.
Okay.
So don't paper up the problems that they've got. If you think there are issues with captaincy and all, you've got to solve it. You don't carry the players and throw them out. I agree that we need to build a new team. We have a lot of time to build a new team. We don't need to see the Didier Ayus and Asamoah Gyan necessarily in the rest of the qualifiers. We're not going to World Cup. Let's use the time to explore as much as we can, but get a team that is working and know how to use these players. I think if we do that, we're able to keep a Black Stars team that works, because the Black Stars team still needs experience and needs the young boys, because you see the young boys still need experience somehow, and they need
to build that.
They need to build that experience.
We need to give them I like the idea you put in, as in you can keep the same team, but they have to switch them around and watch the way they're being used.
Precisely.
But also the point is that a lot of these players are not in very competitive leagues.
That's the point. So why? The question is, do we have a criteria for calling up players in the Black Stars? That's even critical, because you say that players must come to the Black Stars on form. What have you done at club level? Are you good enough to sink in the coach's idea? This is important. So the coaches, I don't know, for so many years, we've not had coaches coming out to say, this is my criteria to choose this player or that player. It's been difficult for them. But once you have a criteria, it's easy to pick out who is going to be playing where. And for me, it must be solely on form. So if you have a big star who's having it really tough, unless he can prove it or has proven it on a number of occasions that even when he was not on club form, he came and delivered, there's no point to put him in there. So this is a very good opportunity for us to go. We do not have to jump and say, oh, the team won by 5-1, so all our problems are over. No. The Congolese still had opportunities. They still had chances. I'm not saying they shouldn't have chances when they play games.
And this was Congo. Let's admit it.
So it's a good place to start from. Because if we bash them for drawing 1-1, we must praise them for winning 5-1. But it's a good place to start from. And we need to look at this and press harder and ensure the right things are done. So management will have to put the sales back in the right shape to get this work. The players will have to understand that Ghanaians demand even much more. The coach must know he needs to improve in all those key areas we've been discussing over and over again. And he just must do that, I
don't want us to go back to what the coach must do. I know you don't want to hear this.
What's what?
The next question I'm going to ask you will hate.
Yeah.
What are our chances
There's your chance.
of qualification?
I mean, for me, I would say that I'll tell you, there's no chance for the Black Stars to qualify.
But what has to happen?
Mathematically, this is what you need to do. You have to pray. One, you have to win all your 2 games. And once you win the 2 games, you have to pray and pray hard. I mean, then you got to pray that Egypt has to lose 2 games. And they have to lose to us and then lose to, Congo in Egypt, which is impossible. And if Egypt loses to Congo the next game, it's advantage Uganda.
There is something so opposed to Ghana qualifying that our lights had to react.
Yeah. So it's
such
clear.
huge opposition to our qualification.
Yes. Nobody wants to see Ghana at the World Cup.
We get the picture.
But it's fantastic. I mean, with what we had, Nigeria getting very close. There have been some surprising results, I have to say. Like Gabon went to Ivory Coast and beat Ivory Coast. So you can
with
expect
10 men in the second half.
With 10 men in the second half. And all of that. And what's the sweet one? The fact that Syria are still in the running to qualify. Fantastic stuff to look forward to. So good World Cup qualifiers, one that sent a lot of chills down loads of spines. The other point is, look, South Africa having issues. Cape Verde beat them home and away. So surprising result.
South Africa has not been coming to the party for some years.
Yes, they're having their issues. They just have to sort it out like we have to. Mali in trouble. Zambia trying to match up, but I think Nigeria will qualify. So it's just been great. Let's see how it goes.